And Boba Fett's like, that's not fair. Black lives matter. Sell your water for cheaper. This is gonna suck. I can't read my fucking handwriting.
Well, don't look at me. I can't read your handwriting either.
Welcome to Two Gaming Dudes.
Boba Fett.
Chapter 3, Streets of Mos Espa.
Is that what it's called?
Yes, Chapter 3. Oh, it's so profound. Streets of Mos Espa. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know,
I had issues. But anyway, go ahead.
My biggest issue is that the show, we're 3 episodes in, and it's extremely forgettable. Like, if I didn't have my notes here, I'd struggle to remember, like, what the hell happened in this fucking episode?
For me, this episode was something of an unforgettable episode.
Oh?
But not for good reasons.
For bad reasons?
For bad reasons. Let's dive right into things Chuck hated about this episode. What did you think of the biker gang?
Those were some ridiculous Pee-wee's Big Adventure looking bikes.
I was like, are they riding Vespas? This is like the Star Wars equivalent to Vespas?
It's ridiculous. They look just so stupid.
It was ridiculous. The one with the rearview mirrors all over it and
the bright baby blue. Oh God!
What is happening?
Stupid.
Nothing in Star Wars is these colors.
Nothing.
Why are these colors? At first, when they introduced them, they're like, "Oh, okay, so these are people who have enhanced themselves with cool droid parts."
Whatever.
It's a little punkish, but I see what you're doing. Cool. Now you work for me. You don't even know what they can do. They seem worthless.
Yes, they do. Well, they did. They had the karate fight with the Wookie, so they. So from the beginning, so the town has been divided amongst these 3 families, and that's why the Hutts are like, deuces, we're out. And then you learn that this moisture farmer is being jacked by these street thugs.
And you find out the moisture farmer is that dude from
everything.
From everything. I just know him from King of the Hill and from Dodgeball, and I know him from My Stapler.
Now pimping ain't easy, but it's necessary. So I'm chasing bitches like Tom chased Jerry.
And he's good in True Blood.
And he's good in True Blood.
HBO's True Blood.
He's actually a really great actor.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. And it was fun to see him in Star Wars.
Things are getting out of control because nobody respects you, Boba Fett. Yeah. You're like a little pussy-ass bitch. And he's like, oh, fuck. I can't be a bitch. Let's fix it. So
I thought he was more like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. So he ends up hiring these street thugs because they're like, no, this water farmer's selling water on a desert planet at an exorbitant price. And Boba Fett's like, that's not fair. Black lives matter. Sell your water for cheaper. You work for me now. And so now these street thugs work for Boba Fett.
And when they said work for him, I was like, what are you going to make them do? What kind of jobs are you going to have them do?
Yeah.
You're going to have them literally follow you around and just do little odds and ends jobs. They're your gophers.
I'm feeling like Wendy's. Go get me a Dave's Double Classic. Chili, fries.
But I don't like any of their drinks, so on the way back, you're going to stop at Dunkin' Donuts and pick up a coffee.
And then
but all we have are these little Vespas, and they take forever.
I was expecting little bells and baskets. Gotta ride my bike. My bike.
He goes to. They go to see the mayor, and the mayor's not there, and the mayor's goofy assistant takes off.
Oh my
Big
God!
Surprise!
That is the worst car chase
Wasn't
I've ever fucking seen.
It was right up there when you started doing the da-da-da-da-da. I was like, that was the fight. That was the chase scene.
Why?
They might as well have been in golf carts and.
Why did they do it like that?
I don't know.
It was the worst car chase in any film or TV show or any. It is the worst car chase I've ever seen. Something must have. I mean, there must have been a reason, like a production reason, like because of the way the streets are laid out, we can't get these stunt vehicles more than 15 miles an hour.
Can we use computers and just
Speed
use
up the back.
computers?
I don't know.
Or something?
I don't know. It was so bad.
Well, when they're like, all right, we're going to make this, and we got... Did you look up to see who directed this episode?
I saw it at the end when I was thinking to myself, this looks nothing like Star Wars. What the fuck? Directed by Robert Rodriguez. Jesus fucking Christ.
Right?
What a stupid choice that was. Why did they bring that fuckhead? He doesn't have the sensibilities for this shit.
I don't know. I don't know. It was so bad.
So bad.
Okay. So yeah, the worst chase scene ever.
Well,
Ever.
But before that,
Just awful.
we learned that all the sand people are dead.
Was that before?
That happens before.
No, the mayor first, and then he goes to sleep because it was cut in half. So then you get the second half where it's time for the flashback, time to go visit the sand people.
And the Wookie attacks him.
After the sand people, right? Or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So first
The Wookiee pulls him out of the back of the tank and starts beating the shit out of him.
I'll get to that in a second. Fuck. But first, the sand people.
Okay, they're all dead.
We spent episodes getting to know these sand people. This big build up to them being this Native American tribe of great warriors in the sand. And then you freaking kill them off screen.
Yeah.
He just shows up like, oh, they're all dead.
Better burn them.
How the hell? What? You telling me the Pikes did this? They hadn't even arrived yet.
I don't know. It's such a haphazard, sloppy mess. I don't know. It's so forgettable.
They killed off all the sand people like a bunch of bitches. They just went down.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't in, like, fortified positions. It doesn't look like a great fight went on there. It looks like they're just like, hey, look, here come bad guys. They shot us and we're dead. And that's over.
Well, it turns out the Pike were paying protection money to the biker gang.
Yeah.
And so they weren't going to pay protection money then to the sand people who had a legit claim to those sand dunes.
Right. Boba Fett's like, oh, fuck them up. Like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
Right.
Did it once, I'll do it again. There's only like 4 of them.
And even though the Pike have said, look, we don't give a shit who we're paying this protection money to, you guys work it out amongst yourselves.
Right.
He's barely out the door. We're like, fuck it, just kill the sand people.
Well, it looks like the biker gang killed him, right?
Maybe,
because
I guess.
they left
I
the
don't
little
know.
symbols, but that's too obvious. Or...
So they're all dead, and Boba Fett is sad.
Yeah, you actually get Boba Fett cry scene.
And then he's in the back to tank, and the Wookiee.
And then you have an amazing moment that when I saw that Wookiee, who is a character from from like the extended universe.
Don't give a fuck about the comics.
Okay. It was still kind of cool to see this big ass Wookiee grab Boba Fett and pull him out of the tank, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be cool. And then it wasn't.
I did notice Boba Fett threw just the shittiest double leg takedown attempt I've ever seen. If you're not a wrestling guy, you're not going to just rewind it and like, holy shit, that is not how you do a double leg. And it just looked awful. And then the gang comes in and there's a big karate fight.
Okay. The Wookiee pulling him out, the little jump scare that you get of him just ripping him out of the back to tank, and I thought that was cool. Okay. I was expecting a great fight.
Between the two of them.
Yes, yeah. I was expecting this really cool fight to happen. And it didn't. Instead, you got one dude standing in the middle while a bunch of guys take turns
shooting at him.
Coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out, while the Wookiee doesn't move, just kind of reaches down, picks one up, throws him, picks another up, throw him over here. Ah, you hit me, but it does nothing because whatever, and I throw another one. This is the lamest fight. But I guess that's what I expect because it was the worst car chase. So now we have the lamest karate fight ever.
Yeah, it's awful. So they end up capturing the Wookiee, and they throw him in the Rancor pit. And then the Hutts show up to apologize.
Sorry about that. We sent them to kill you, meaning what we were thinking.
That's what high-level mobsters do. Right. They just say, fuck it, we completely renege on everything we said.
But before we go, we should go apologize. So they show up to apologize.
With a gift. these true droids. No,
No,
with the
they
proper
show
gift.
up with Danny Trejo.
With
That's the
Machete.
gift.
Machete is bringing a Rancor monster.
I don't give a shit about the Rancor. The gift was Danny Trejo. That was the gift.
You big Machete fan, are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I want to see Boba Fett team up with Machete.
That would be the most unstoppable team in the universe.
Right? I wanted to see Boba Fett get all excited. You brought me a Mexican? Oh boy.
And then they go see the mayor. Then they go to the mayor's office.
Oh,
It's after that. Then they go to the mayor's
That's when they
office.
go to the mayor's office,
And we are exposed to the stupidest looking bikes in any fucking edition of anything ever.
It's very possible we have the order of this whole episode.
No, I've got it.
strangled.
I got it here. Then he
Oh,
goes to
do
see the
you?
mayor, and I
Okay.
wrote stupid bikes.
So
Stupid
I've got
bikes,
the
poor
episodes
car
also.
chase, very poor. Doesn't look like Star Wars.
No, it does not.
Oh, Robert Rodriguez.
End of notes.
End of notes. No, it really was. He was just not the right choice for this.
No, he was not. And I thought that this was an incredibly piss poor episode. You had some cool things, so sure you have a Rancor now. Neat. I guess at some point we're going to see Boba Fett in full armor riding a Rancor.
Writing it, yeah.
Because he alluded to it. He's like, the witches of death used to ride these things. I'm like, oh shit, he's going to end up riding a Rancor. Okay.
But you see it going down the J.J. Abrams path.
Wouldn't it be cool if Boba Fett were riding a Rancor?
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Who gives a shit? It would look cool. Makes no sense.
It does not. It makes no sense at all. It's just a thing that's going to happen.
It's just dumb visual porn thrown at the screen, and stupid people are fascinated by shiny shit. It's just dumb. It's so poor.
Now, the one thing that has not happened in Boba Fett that I keep expecting to happen is for
hardcore sex scene?
someone, well, that too, someone to go up to Boba Fett and go, heard you got thrown into a Sarlacc pit. Yeah. How'd that happen? And then he's got to explain how that happened. I want to hear his version of what happened. It was a great fight. There were 75 men all battling as they were all, it was terrible. At least 17 Jedi and... Because I heard it was some farmer. I heard it was some farmer kid and a blind guy. And it was a great tragedy, this big explosion that killed Jabba. Really? I heard it was this chick that strangled him.
Yeah, so is that next? Since we're just going to retcon everything. Oh no, Jabba's palace has to have a Rancor in the basement. Does it also have to have a sexy slave girl? So that his next gift is going to be some sex slave who has to perform
Twilight
against her
sex
will?
slave? I don't
Gonna
know.
Retcon everything?
I don't know. I don't know where it's going from here. I'm so confused.
It's just, I get the feeling they sat in the writer's room and just said, all right, give me a list, everything we know about Jabba's palace. Gamorrean guards, okay, you add some of those.
Throw them in there, yep.
A Rancor, fuck, they killed it. All right, just write it in, we'll find some way to get him a Rancor, okay?
They get him a new one. How about that?
Fuck it, somebody gives him a new
Beautiful,
one.
but somebody gives
How?
him a new one.
I don't know, as a gift. Okay, cool.
What about Jabba the Hutt? Oh, he's dead. Well, now there's two Hutts. So now the stakes are really raised because you've got two Hutts.
It just seems like rather than write an intelligent, cohesive Star Wars story, they just said, we need to throw a bunch of imagery at the screen that reminds people of Star Wars. And people say, oh yeah, Star Wars. I understand, I get it. Star Wars,
Sure.
to be successful, you gotta have Jedi and Stormtroopers and lightsabers.
Right.
And if you don't have that, you don't have Star Wars. I get it. But
In that same vein,
Mandalorian was still successful and
Yes.
fucking well done. Why are they straying?
it's so hard for this character. I mean, this character, just like Boba Fett, just like the Mandalorian, he has no backstory. He's a nobody. So you could have done a lot of things with him.
I mean, did they really want to do a Boba Fett movie so badly? So bad? I'm fine. Then go back and show me what happens to that 14-year-old kid. How does How does Boba, from seeing Jango Fett get decapitated,
Right.
what happened next?
Yeah.
And how does he grow into the most feared, fearsome bounty hunter in the galaxy? That's a lot more interesting than some 61-year-old man riding around on ridiculous-looking bikes, rehashing old shit that we've seen already.
Who at some point is going to be riding around on a giant CGI Rancor.
It's fucking dumb.
You are right, though. Seeing his progression from kid to feared bounty hunter.
From orphan 13-year-old boy. That's a fucking character arc. That's an interesting story. This is masturbation.
Yeah.
I didn't
And we're
want it to
only
be.
3 episodes in.
And I'm not a fucking hater. I'm not. But my standards, I refuse to just accept bullshit because it's shoveled to me.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I did it with Star Trek for long enough. I'm not doing it with this.
No, I don't blame you. And I don't know what to say other than, wow.
I'm
It's
singularly
such crap.
disappointed. Singularly disappointed. They could have done so much with this. You have a whole fucking galaxy and 40 years of storytelling to build on. This is just the laziest shit. It's just lazy and poor. I'm sure they set out with the best of intentions. Maybe they didn't.
Maybe they
Because they
did.
wouldn't have done. They wouldn't
I
have
honestly
retconned.
think that
They wouldn't have retconned fucking Boba Fett.
I honestly think they jumped into this thinking, how can we make the most money out of this? Don't forget the pop figures, because we got to sell the pop figures.
I can't imagine that Filoni and Favreau. I mean, unless Disney put the screws to them.
I don't know.
Unless Disney put the screws to them, because the fucking films, they just can't figure out what they're doing for the next movie. It was supposed to be a whole new trilogy, and they
No,
shit-canned that.
don't do it. Don't do it. People are going to hate it. They already hate us.
Are they just so scared that they'll just tread safely? What do you mean? Just give them who's the most popular? I don't know, Boba Fett. Just do something
Just
with
do
Boba
that,
Fett.
do that, do that, do that.
What? Just show the shit. People love Boba Fett and Rancors and Jabba and all that shit. Just give them that again.
All right, you want to give it like a big budget, like we did Solo, the Han Solo movie?
Fuck no. People got fired for that shit. No. Keep it cheap.
Give them $50,
Okay.
put it on Disney Plus. Well, for $50, we're gonna have to basically reuse stuff we got from Pee Wee Herman because he turned stuff in. And
Yeah.
That's good enough.
So we're not doing the Rian Johnson trilogy? Are you crazy? Do you know what that's going to cost? Do you know what a tank Solo was? Absolutely not.
Ah, damn it.
Well, what else? I don't know, do an anime. You know what? Do an anime. What do you mean? Take a bunch of anime shit and put Star Wars shit in it. What could that cost? I don't know, like next to nothing. Do it! What if it's garbage? The fuck cares? Fuckheads are going to watch it anyway. They're right. We watched it.
Yes, we did. Yes,
We
did.
buy the
All
t-shirts because we're fucking assholes.
All the anime fans were like, oh boy! And they
Fuck.
watched it and... Phew.
Well, it's time we hold them fucking accountable.
All right.
For the first time since fucking Phantom Menace, we're going to hold them fucking accountable. Doesn't matter. We're still going to watch the bullshit.
Oh, yeah, I'm still going to watch it, but I'm pissed about it now.
It's garbage.
All right, well, I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you actually excited for more episodes of this, or are you dreading it? Leave me some comments. Where do you think the story is going from here? Or does it make any sense at all? Are you like super excited to see him ride a Rancor? I guess.
Jerk off. It's fucking jerk off.
We could see the Rancor eat someone
Probably. Yeah, you're going to have to see it go, "Arr."
and eat the mayor. Will it eat the mayor?
Probably.
Probably. Rancor's going to eat the mayor. Click subscribe. Give us a like if it's your first time here. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you know when we upload new videos. I don't know when we do it, just every once in a while.
Don't forget to eat a dick.
Do that too. And we'll see you in another episode. Later. Should I start putting the microphone like up my shirt? Does
It's
it
the
matter?
right way to do it. But,
Is it?
Well, because it leaves a, you know, it's all right. Who cares?
I can-
It's funny. In fact, leave it.
Two gaming dudes. Outtakes. Shit. This is more complicated. All right, here we go. Better?
A little
bit
more,
better?
more professional,
A little bit.
so it doesn't quite fit our motif.
I would hate for us to not look professional. What a
Star Wars!
What a boner killer that would be if we were unprofessional.